Hi guys, I'm outside sitting on a curb. I just have been out walking and running, and I have a message for you about changing your health, changing your body, and this other thing that you have to do, that you have to be willing to do if you actually want to change what's happening in your body. So I was just talking to my sister about this and going back and forth on Messenger with some people, and I think that one thing that is so needed when we talk about our health and talking about whether it's a disease or it's a condition or it's something about your physical body that you want to change, that so much of the time we're just sitting here focused on, there's a bug, the physical. And there's more to this than the physical. So it's really important that we learn what's at the root of our physical conditions. But we have to also know that there are these bigger players going on in our emotional and people that don't is doing this thing that I want to talk about. And this thing that you have to do is you have to be willing to be that person that is healthy before you see the result of being healthy. And what I mean by that is I've been reading so many books lately, and obviously studying so many different ways of healing and health and transformation. And there's all these stories out there that not that many people talk about how people with MS can go to a 4-day workshop and get up from a wheelchair and be walking in 4 days. So there are no limits to what our bodies can do. There's just a lot of conditioning and a lot of, fear about what's possible. And so many people that have something that's going on in their body or their health just think that, well, that's just the way that it is, or the only thing that I can do about this is eat more vegetables or something. And yeah, you can, but it's so much bigger than that. And the reason that I was able to change my health and to be able to change my hormones, to be able to regulate my body, to know that I'm not infertile anymore, is because I didn't accept that I had to stay the same. I didn't accept that was going to be the way that it was forever. I chose to believe something differently. And if you have anything going on with your body, if you want to have a baby, if you want to lose weight, if you want to heal your thyroid, you have to know that first of all, you can do that, but you also have to be willing to put yourself into that being, into that feeling of feeling like it's healed already before it actually is. Because what's actually happening with so many people in all areas of their life is you're just repeating the past. You just keep waking up, and the first thing that you think about is everything that's wrong and everything that isn't working. And if it's about your health, it's really hard to get out of that feeling without a purposeful intention, because you're in your body, right? So you wake up and you're like, oh, I feel like crap, or oh, I still have this weight to lose, or oh, I'm still not pregnant. And what you have to do is you have to choose to look at things a different way, and you have to train your brain to do this. So there's all of this stuff that we're experiencing and feeling, and we have to be able to get out of our own way. We have to be able to get out of our current situation, out of the way that things are, to be willing to feel things and look at things in a new way, and be willing to know that you have that power to create a change. You have that power to create anything in your body. You can heal anything. You can heal anything in your body. But you have to, first of all, be willing to know that that's possible. It really helps when you hear stories of other people doing it. And even if you heard one story of someone healing something that you consider to be really difficult, then why couldn't you heal whatever you have to heal? You can. But it takes a committed practice of being that healed person, being that healthy person, being that person with the baby in your arms before you have it. And that's the work. It's the work of being this person and seeing it in your mind and feeling it in your body and feeling it in your cells while you do the things that you can do here that are practical, which are, like, first of all, when you understand what's at the root of whatever you have going on in your body, it's not so scary. It's not so scary anymore if you're like, oh, I have Hashimoto's. Like, if someone told me they had Hashimoto's, which a lot of people do, it's okay. Like, a lot of people do because of the conditioning of the world, because of exposure to things, because of the food or the lack of the food. And it's fixable. And then you automatically can think of, well, I can tell you, how is this connected to the next piece? How is this connected to your adrenals? How is this connected to your digestion? You have to know how this stuff works. And then when you take those steps on the physical plane with your diet, with your food, with the way that you eat, with supplements or whatever it is, then you are more empowered to know that this is making a difference. But it's also making a difference in the way that you're able to subconsciously get out of your own way and feel into these higher vibrations of your future self, of your real self that is healthy, that doesn't have any inflammation, that doesn't have any diseases, that doesn't have any limitations. So if you believe in the unlimited universe, you have to also believe that you have unlimited health and wellness potential. And so we get really conditioned to think that this is the way it is, we can't get any better. I mean, if you were the healthiest person right now, I would tell you there's still massive amounts of further health that you can experience, right? Like, that's how we know this stuff works, because people run faster, they break records, they achieve different things. So you can change your body, you can change everything, but you have to play with your mind too. It's like the critical part of all of this. And so one thing now that has to be true for my clients is you have to know, or be willing to know, that you get to change this. Like, you're not stuck in a rut, okay? You aren't uncurable or unfixable or unhealable or infertile. Like, that's not it. Like, that's just what you think you are, or what someone's told you you are. But it takes this training of your brain, it takes meditation, it takes putting yourself into a future reality before you're there so your body can catch up. And there's no limit to how fast it can catch up, right? It's how willing are you to put yourself into that scary place of a deep, deep faith of knowing something that looks like completely not true if you were to look around your current life right now. You have to just know it. You have to practice it. Like, this is why I've always been obsessed with this one book. Ever since I got into coaching, the book that my first coach had us read was Think and Grow Rich, right? And I think Think and Grow Rich is it's such an old book, and I don't know why I like this old language so much, but I think I'm an old soul. So there's a few chapters in the book that I will reread or listen to on my Audible, and it's repetition of affirmation of orders to the subconscious mind. And there's all different ways that you can get to this, but that's what's happening. That's what has to happen. So your subconscious mind is it knows that this future you is where you're going, is what it is. It's bringing you to catch up to that. And it takes repeating it, it takes believing it, and it takes using evidence, it takes expansion, it takes a knowing. But I love being part of that knowing process for people by just telling them, hey, this is what's happening. And when you can pull in all of this stuff, oh, okay, my physical body's showing me this. What does that mean? Like with the thyroid example. Well, it means there's an active virus in your body. It means that your adrenals are also being pulled on. It means that there's too many toxins. It means that all of these areas of your body are shifted out of whack and that you need to put them back together. But it also means that outside of you, outside of the physical body, there is stress. If you don't address the stress, you're not going to get very far. And so to address the stress means having conversations, setting boundaries. It means a meditation practice. It means a mindset practice. It means this work of looking at things in a different way until you know that that's the way that it's going to be, like you've just decided. So, hi Jessica, how are you? I'm sweating out here. Okay guys, so that's what I wanted to say. I even thought I had to say it so soon that I sat down right here on the curb before I got home. And so I'm going to go home. But that's what you have to know. That's what you have to believe. And that's what I'm integrating into all of my courses and all of my private coaching now. So who am I coaching right now privately? It's for the women that want to be baby body ready. So most of the time, there are these other things in the body that are slowing down your ability to be fertile, meaning you do have a sluggish liver, a thyroid thing, an adrenal thing. Those are usually the three big areas that are in the body slowing things down. And those things come from a lot of different factors. So it's about looking at all those factors in your physical life and then the rest of your life and getting them straightened out so that you can clear the path. You can get rid of all the blockages and stuff. So if you want to know about that, then send me a personal message or go to my website. You can click on the application, fill it out, or just, send me a voice message or whatever you want to do. But you just have to know that you don't need to accept any label. I wouldn't. I never did. I did for a little bit, and then I decided it was enough. I wasn't going to choose to believe that anymore. So you don't have to choose to believe anything that doesn't serve you. Okay? All right, guys. So that's going on. Have a great Friday. I'll talk to you soon.